Hi, I'm Susanna Bowling, and this is live from the Hotel Edison. Times Square Chronicles presents Zoom Style. Today we're with really one of my favorite people. I haven't seen him in a while, but we were on the Drama Desk nominating committee, and I have long been an admirer of his work. As a matter of fact, one of his first posters has been on my wall since I was like, I don't know, 17. Um, we're talking Frank Flavor Verrizzo.
Fraver,
Did I
Verlizzo.
say this right?
Frank Fraver Verlizzo. Almost.
Yes, perfect. This is why, this is live. He literally created the Sondheim posters of the most iconic shows, my favorite being Follies, Sweeney Todd, Into the Woods. He is just a prolific artist, and now he's writing books. Well, he wrote books before, but now he's writing a new book called Sanity Clause. Frank, hi, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you? It's so great to see you.
I know this isn't your first book.
No, this is my second book in the mystery series. I started, I started writing in 2020, um, but the first book got published last year in 2025. So
What,
I was very excited about that.
what was the first one called?
The first one's called Scenery of the Crime, and they're all
No, I love Sanity Clause. I think that's hilarious.
Thank you. I thought it was pretty funny
We
also.
all have we all have our versions of sanity. But
Yes, it can mean quite a bit.
you also published a book of your posters, didn't you?
Yes, in 2018 or 17, I forgot which year it came out. Yeah, a book of over three. Well, I've designed over 300 posters. The book had probably fewer than that, but it did have the bulk of my work over the 5 decades that I was designing for the Broadway theater.
I remember going to the opening of that.
Right. Yeah, it
Uh,
was fun.
yeah, it
I
was
was
great.
very, very excited about that.
Of all the posters that you've done, which one are you the most proud of?
That, without a doubt, Sun in the Park with George.
Really?
Yes, I love, love, love that poster. I love, love, love that show. So I have a special fondness for it. Sweeney Todd's a second, really close. They're like neck and neck.
Really?
But
Because Follies is mine. I
well,
didn't see
Follies, I did the revival. I didn't do the original in the
I
70s. I
know,
was
but I
still a
still love it.
child. But yeah, so yes, I do love the revival poster I designed also. But anything I've done for a Stephen Sondheim show is very, very special to me because they were always incredible to work on.
Are you still designing posters?
Well, I decided I wanted to, since I've been doing it for over 5 decades, I decided it would be a nice thing for me to segue out of it. Um, so around, as it happened around the pandemic, which had nothing to do with the planning, um, I had segued away. It took about a year to segue away from designing and having clients call me and telling them I was retiring from the design business. And I've always loved murder mysteries. I don't know if you knew that, but I
I
probably
think I
always
did.
had one. Probably always was reading one when we were on the
I
panel
remember.
together. Um, and I decided I wanted to try my hand at writing one. So I took the time. It took me about a year, and I was pretty happy with the results. I had some close friends read it who I knew would be very honest, and they thought it was pretty good also. So I forged ahead and wrote the second book, which is Sanity Clause. And after finishing that, I decided I should probably try to get a literary agent. I really had not intended
Hmm.
for them to be published. That
Really?
wasn't why I wrote them. No, I wrote them for fun. I just wanted to see if I could do it, and I enjoyed the process. It was a whole new outlet of creativity for me. because I couldn't rely on visuals. It had to be a printed word, and the reader would have to visualize what I was talking about. So I thought that was a fun challenge, and I really, really loved the process and still love the process. I did find a fabulous literary agent,
Yay.
Susan Schulman, who actually,
Oh, I love Susan.
yeah, she's terrific. She found a publisher in Seattle, Camel Press, who specialize in series books. And they committed to 3 books, and just recently have now committed to a total of 6 books. So I'm very
Yay.
excited about
Yay,
that.
yay, yay. So
Yeah.
when does Sanity Clause come out?
It came out during the Tony Awards. That's why I did nothing about it, because
Okay.
I knew it would get lost in the shuffle. The publishing world is a lot different than the theater world, so they weren't worried about the timing in terms of that. Uh, so I
Oh,
decided
but
to wait.
also in terms of publicity and in terms of people's brains being somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, totally distracting. I mean, I knew it would get lost in the shuffle. And I also thought it would be wiser to maybe get the word out there as it got closer to the end of the summer and the beginning of the holiday season, since
Well,
it does have a little bit of a Christmas theme.
it also, when I first read it, because I was reading it really quickly, I thought
Uh,
it said Santa Claus. And then I realized,
well, that
oh,
was
no, it's sanity.
that was the whole idea. I like doing little play on words, which is where the first title, Scenery of the Crime, came from as well.
Well, considering you were like an expert on scenery and what it should look like, I think, yeah,
Thank you.
no,
God knows we saw enough shows together.
that's true, we did. But that was one of the things I always loved about you and our group, was that we all had our own little niche.
Oh
And
yeah.
you, yes, I can like a set, but I don't know the ins or outs or the technicalities of it. And I learned a lot from you.
Oh, thank you. I learned a lot from you too.
Oh, thank you.
Plus,
Um,
it was fun.
yes, it was. You kept my sanity clause during it. Absolutely. What would you like your readers to take away from your books?
uh, just a fun mystery. It's like eating a box of candy. You just like
It's never
popping one after the other. And I love creating the puzzles of the mysteries. I've always loved that. I never thought I could do it. So I'm very, very excited that I actually am now feeling a little more comfortable when I sit down to write the rest of the books, which is a nice feeling. And what? You look like you have a question.
I do. What writers inspired you to do this?
Well, once again, as a kid, I gobbled up Agatha Christie because my mom was a huge Agatha Christie fan. So those books were always around the house. And I also loved Perry Mason.
Hmm.
And I did sort of the format of my books sort of follows the format of many of the Perry Mason books, whereas they have a cast of characters listed in the front of the book so that you can refer back to it as you're reading.
I
Because
love that.
sometimes I know I found that many, many, many people are very, very appreciative of the fact that I have the cast of characters. In fact, we just produced a bookmark that has the cast of characters for each book on it so
Oh,
that you can look at your bookmark if you need to refer to somebody.
love that.
I know it's fun.
Do they take place in theaters?
Yes, they take place in long gone theaters. The first book takes place at the Morosco Theater, which is gone. And the second book, oh, wait, I have them reversed. The second book is the Morosco Theater. The first book is the old Helen Hayes Theater on 46th
Oh,
Street.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So both theaters are gone. And I thought it would be a fun way to celebrate those houses because I remember going to them many times and loving them. They were so beautiful.
No, that's actually rather brilliant because you're bringing in theater history along with murder mystery.
Oh yeah, I definitely, the books are filled with theater history because my background is in theatrical advertising. So
That's it.
that's, yeah, I did that. I worked in the Sardi building for 6 years at an ad agency. That's how I started.
Wow. And see, I only thought you did posters.
No, well, that's how I started doing the posters. I worked at the ad agency as a production artist, and I knew I wanted to design. I knew I didn't want to keep in the production area.
Right.
Um, and I segued into becoming a designer there. And I would design posters for shows. I thought I was in heaven. It was the best job ever.
Let's get back to the posters for a second.
Yeah, sure.
There ever a poster that you wanted to design but you didn't get the chance to?
Oh, yeah, quite a few. Um, you mentioned one that you thought I designed, and I did design it for the Kennedy Center, but I did not design it for Broadway's Into the Woods.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to have done the Broadway Into the Woods, but I was the bridesmaid for that one. I came in second. Into the Woods definitely is up there. And I don't know. I mean, I love the musicals, Ragtime and
Mhm.
Nine, and I would love to have attempted to work on those, but they weren't at my agency.
Right.
So, uh, and also Elizabeth Taylor and the Little Foxes, I would love to have done that.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
would have been,
Is there, I think about your posters and you did a lot of Sondheim.
yeah,
You ever do his murder mystery one? And I'm trying to think
I
of the
did
name of it.
getting away with murder.
It was horrible. I just remember that
Oh, the
part.
show was awful, but my poster got a lot of publicity. It
Yay.
was a gargoyle. Do you remember the gargoyle
Oh,
with the
yes,
gun?
yes, 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 I do.
Yes, he was even in the reviews. The Variety wrote about it. They thought it was a great image. Unfortunately, the show did not last terribly long,
Really
so
bad.
not a whole lot of people got to see it.
Which is really sad because he originally wrote the incidental music to The Last of Sheila,
Right,
well
which
as
is a
Mother.
fantastic mystery, murder mystery. It's
Absolutely.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had high hopes for Getting Away with Murder. It was fun to work on, but the show was, I don't know, was not so good.
I'm not sure why it missed, but it did.
Yeah.
Um, and back then I wasn't thinking of reviewing, I was performing, so I just didn't even think to look at the result. Um, can we see the murder mystery series be turned into a play or a
Um,
musical?
it's interesting. I just went to Westport Country Playhouse, which I love. They happen to be doing a play adaptation of Agatha Christie's The Murder of Roger Ackroyd.
Mm.
It was last week, actually. It just ended. We went to the last performance. I went with a producer friend of mine, and he asked me that question when it was over. He said, "I think you should try to do this." He said, "I think you could do this." But
Hey,
I don't, as much as you know, I was immersed in theater for over 45 years. I somehow right now cannot see adapting the stories for the stage. Maybe at some point I'd give it a whirl. I don't know. We'll see.
maybe after you do all six, you can make them conglomerate.
That
And
that
you
would
go from
be
theater to theater.
we'll do our own repertory company. You could be in
Exactly.
them.
Huh?
You could be in them.
Thank you. Um, what haven't you taken on that you would like to take on?
Well, unfortunately, I can't play a lick of music, and I would love to be able to play the piano, but that's a dead issue, I think, at this point. Um, I don't know. I'm really enjoying the writing, much more than I even expected to. So right now, I'm sort of reveling in that. It's kind of been nice.
Where would you like to see where would you like to see your books go in terms of audience? Like, how can we bring other people other than the theater and murder
R-
mystery.
Right. And that's something that obviously, since I don't know the publishing business, I rely on the publishing house to sort of guide outside the theater area. I do know they did mention to me that it is sold and distributed on cruise ships, which I thought was fantastic. I was very
That's
excited about
fab.
that. Yeah, especially since, oddly enough, Sanity Clause has an entire section toward the end on the QE2. So it's almost perfect.
Are you doing
So,
games at sea?
but that's kind of it. Like I said, it's like they should be like eating candy when you're reading them. That
Mm.
you just enjoy it. It's fun. It's a little puzzle. None of them are so violent that that's why they're called cozy mysteries. They're,
Oh,
they're like a little softer edged. And I think the Broadway theater background gives them a glamour that everybody can relate to. Everybody knows Broadway and what it symbolizes.
I know that I'm going to the opening of your book signing for this.
Ah,
Can you tell me, is this available for the public before I blurb it out?
oh yeah,
Or what other events do you have coming up for your book?
right. Like I said, so everything was on hold because I was waiting for June to be over with. So now we're kind of like revving up. I think as it gets closer to the holidays, I'll have a few more things happening. Right now, it's the Planet Hollywood event that you're talking about. I'm excited
Tell
about
people
that.
about it.
Next week, I'll be signing books at Planet Hollywood at Planet Hollywood Times Square, I should say, at the Men event. The Men event is a gay networking um, entity that meets once a month, and it's like a big party. I was very excited they invited me to launch my book there. So I'm kind of thrilled. It's like a big social event. It's low pressure. I don't have to give a speech or do anything like that. I just
Oh,
have to say hi to people. So that's fun.
yeah, because the last time for your event, all your posters were up.
Yeah,
And so you got to do like an art tour as well as
yeah. And
meet.
I actually didn't know I was supposed to speak. It didn't even dawn on me. And when the Sofitel, the hotel Sofitel people said, okay, now you're going to speak. And I said, what? I had nothing prepared. I didn't know. No one had mentioned it, but we muddled through, and it was a great event. I love that you were there, and so many of my
Love to
friends were
be
there.
there.
It was great. It was
It
really wonderful.
it was like a piece of theater history. I love that.
Well, the wonderful thing was it was sponsored by the Tony Awards that year.
Was
So
it?
yeah, and each one of the posters in the lobby, I think there were like maybe 30 of them, were all either Tony winners or Tony nominees that I
Oh,
had done the posters
and
for.
I didn't even notice that. I was just busy looking at the art.
Yeah, that was the Tony Award theme. Was that each one of the posters was related to the Tonys, which was really nice. It was a really great thing.
Can we see your art and your posters at the Broadway Museum?
Not that I know of. I've not
I think
been
they
to the
should.
Broadway Museum, but I don't. No one's ever contacted me about it, so I
I
have no
think they
idea.
should.
I think they should too.
I think it
Put
would
in
be
a word for me,
good.
Susanna.
Huh?
Put in a word for
I
me.
will. I know some people that run it.
When I first started, and for many years in working in advertising, theatrical advertising, print was the big thing. You had 3 sheets, you had window cards, posters were everywhere, billboards, everything was print. Online kind of changed all that. Now the poster may not be, or the traditional 14 by 22 window card poster may not be the first time you see the artwork for a show. It could be in a small pop-up ad on who knows, whatever. uh, yeah, it has changed. I also find that it's been, and I know the process and I know it's difficult and it gets complicated, but a lot of it just seems to rely on headshots of who's ever in the show and not particularly a logo that can carry the show through many other lifetimes.
Yeah, I have to say that since you've been gone, the posters for Broadway, I used to want to buy them. I don't want them anymore.
Really?
I don't like them. I used to love Triton Gallery,
Oh, I know.
and
Right.
it's gone.
Well, it's there. It's just a different entity. It's no longer a storefront.
Oh,
It's
it's there.
mainly online,
Oh,
but they do actually have a shop.
but
It's on a second floor somewhere in the theater district.
again, I don't know what this generation thinks about color schematics and themes because I really hate the colors.
Yeah.
I think they're ugly. I don't just not like them, I think they're hideous. Um, and before it was the poster that made me want to see the show.
Well, the first thing I would get is a script. Now we're talking sometimes it was a year in advance before the show ever went into previews. Um, so I would get a script and meet. With the scenario changed from show to show, obviously, but I would either meet with the producers or the creatives of the show. I worked with Sondheim on all of his shows where I met with him and he explained what he wanted the show to be and what it was going to look like, stuff like that. Not every show did that. Sometimes I would have 2 weeks to read the script and do artwork. And sometimes I'd have, 6 months. It just depended on the production's timeline and how much time they've allowed themselves to get the advertising rolling.
Did you get to hear the music?
Sometimes, yeah, I'd hear like a piano track. I'm really bad with trying to imagine what a full orchestration would sound like. Like I said, I'm not a musician, but I would get to hear a little bit, a little sense of what it would be. And I would get the lyrics. The producer wanted the star's image, the one that pops up immediately to me for some reason is Mary Tyler Moore, and Whose Life Is It Anyway?
Hmm.
We knew we were going to use her image, but I had already designed a poster for Whose Life Is It Anyway with the original Tom Conti, and she took over. So it was just a matter of applying her image to the artwork that existed. Um, but yeah, many times you would have to model the art according to the star, which sometimes was fun and sometimes wasn't as exciting to me as generating an image that would represent the show rather than the celebrity.
Branding. It was all about branding,
Yeah,
right?
it was all about branding. I was working in the industry before branding was a phrase that was coined. We called it advertising. But
So you were
yes,
basically an original Mad Men.
yeah, oh, basically, yeah, absolutely. I would very often feel like that.
That's so funny. I never thought of you like that. Thought of you more like Picasso.
No, I wish. No, I had to do a lot of advertising presentations, which were fun. But
Where can people buy your book? Well,
the poster book, hopefully, I mean, obviously, there you can get them on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Um, I I think the poster book might be at the Drama Bookshop, but I wouldn't
okay.
swear to it.
Are
Um,
the two murder mysteries going to be there?
I don't know.
They
I
should
honestly,
be.
I see that's something the publisher sort of would handle.
Yeah,
So
but
I
they
don't
should be
really
because they
know.
have theaters in them.
Oh yeah, they should definitely. There's a lot of theater history in the two books right now, and as I continue the series, I have more and more theater history tidbits that fall into the story plots, which is fun. It's fun for me to do.
What's the next title going to be?
I'm very excited about the next one. Best Actress in a Murder. Now that
Will
one
it have a
I
Tony
want to
Award
have
on it?
around the Tony Awards. That one's perfect for Tony Award time.
And will they each come out a year after you write the last
Yes,
one?
each one's a year. So Best Actress will come out in June 2027.
So you're like booked out for like 6 more years.
You got it, kiddo.
And I knew you win.
I know. And you, Miss Celebrity, I knew you went too.
Not really, but thank you. Um,
Oh, thank you.
is there anything that I haven't asked you that
No,
you would like our readers to know about you?
I don't know. I mean, I would love for more people, obviously, to introduce themselves to the murder mysteries. The posters I know are in the ozone because people know them.
Hmm.
Um, and the poster book is still around. It sells pretty well. So there are a lot of poster aficionados out there, thank goodness. And I hope they're interested enough in theater and theater history, and also the books are filled with New York history as
Oh,
well. Tons of little tidbits about New York in the 70s. And but that's what's been like.
I have some ideas for you.
Oh, really?
I'll tell Richard
Okay.
because now that you're saying New York history, besides the theater history, I have a great idea of how to sell your books.
Oh, terrific. I love it.
And it
Thank
won't have to be on audio. Wait,
you.
are you doing your books on audio?
Actually, they're not on audio. Um, I did a presentation at a library in Connecticut and had a reader, a very great actor friend, Mark William, do a reading from
Wait, the
Scenery of
Mark
the Crime.
William I know?
Yes, I think it is the Mark William you know. Yes, he did a fantastic reading. So I would love for him to do the audiobook. I've just got to see how I get that arranged. Once again, publishing and all that stuff. It's a totally new ball game for me. So I'm just
That
sort of
would be
learning.
Richie and Preston.
Right. Yep. Who I
Preston,
adore.
2 to 1 Preston would know where and how.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it's his little protege, so I'm sure he would
Right. Right.
make it happen. I am so glad that we had this chance to talk today.
How nice of you to ask me. I was very, very excited that I was going to talk
Oh,
to you
are
today.
you kidding? You were serious. Number one, you and Richie saved my life that year, and Larry Harvest and Larry Harvison. Because God knows I do not know how to play a political game.
Oh, me neither.
Yeah, I'm, and plus I don't think I want to learn how to play.
Me neither. Exactly.
You get me saying so. The sanity clause and me interviewing you, hilarious. Yes, Magda.
No, we have to wind it. We only have
I
like
am
3 minutes.
wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Frank, thank you so much for being with us. You can go pick up the sanity clause and scenes from a murder,
Scenery of the crime.
scenery of the crime. Oh, there's a song on that. Why couldn't I get that right? At Amazon, at Barnes and Noble. Get your murder mystery in for the summer. Also, if you're on a cruise, hey, perfect book. I'm Susanna Bowling. I'd like to thank Magda Katz and Ramel Gopez. Magda for always making us look and sound good. Ramel Gopez for putting us up in the Edison Hotel. I'm Susanna Bowling. This is live from the Hotel Edison. Times Square Chronicles presents Zoom Style.